Ever since they not putting the blame on Westbrook, but since they signed Westbrook, they are 0-4. 0-4. Now they did play. They lost. They lost to some playoff caliber teams, but they 0-4 at the end of the day. So we're going to talk about the West is stacked. The West got a lot of potential teams that could potentially get to the finals. So are the Clippers true contenders in the Western Conference? Tom will kick us off.
Okay, so I mean, I don't want to marginalize my comment here, but there's a thing, in the black community, right? We all have Andy's Clippers. You gotta get your lineup right sometimes. Sometimes you gotta trim your beard up. You got your hand mirror just in case you want to get the back. And sometimes you gotta get a new razor for your Clippers because it's just not cutting right. Or sometimes you just gotta replace the Clipper itself. These Clippers not working right now.
Mm.
Looks like they need a new razor. They thought Russ was gonna be the new razor. I mean, he may be the little electrical tape you wrap around the cord so you can keep that shot going for a little while, but it's something else missing here. And I don't want to, like you said, we don't want to blame it all on Russ. But last night, um, no, they're not contenders. First of all, I'm gonna say no, they're not contenders. But last night put the nail in the coffin for me, man. It's just like,
Mm.
are the Warriors just this much championship breaded? That should be the question. Are the Warriors really a championship breaded team to where the fact that they could just keep coming back almost every night from these double digit leads and win games by double digits? Or are the Warriors just that lackadaisical as a basketball team at this point? And I don't want to blame Ty Lue because Ty Lue is a great coach. You got folks like Draymond said this after the game. They got up 11, but we were still right there because we were defending and taking care of the ball. Like that's just classic basketball right there. But if you look at the roster on the other side with the Clippers, once they got up 11, they should win that game, right? Not lose it. So look, Clippers. I don't know, man. Get some Clipper oil or something for them. They're not contenders right now. Paul George coming out on podcast talking about something. He's not the person that should lead a team or be the elite guy to win a championship. It's a lot. It's a lot going on with that organization right now. And I don't know what to put my finger on. Maybe you can help us out, Joe.
All right. I have no problem with Paul George saying what he's saying. He's just recognizing that, like, I'm okay with Kawhi being a guy. He said that before. He said last year that Kawhi, he let everybody know it ain't, is it PG? Is it Kawhi? He said, no, it's Kawhi, then PG. So I respect that. Now, they're on a 4-game losing streak. But in this 4-game losing streak, Kawhi ain't the problem. In this 4-game losing streak, Kawhi averaging 30 points a game, shooting 60% from the field and 63% from three. Their problems, Norman Powell. Norman Powell is normally a spark. He's normally a guy that comes in and get real streaky. He's reliable when it comes to scoring. In this 4-game stretch, Norman Powell is averaging 12 points a game, shooting 32% from the field. Eric Gordon, I mentioned this in the NBA chat. Make sure you guys join those chats. In the NBA chat, I said, Eric Gordon, he's a defensive liability. He's
Mm-hmm.
on the floor too much. He's probably the worst defender. And on top of that, he's shooting 32% from the field, 28% from three. I mean, we got you here, bro. I'm not a Clipper guy. I'm a Kings guy, as you can see. But speaking in the Clipper form, we got you here so you can shoot threes. We ain't bring you here for nothing else. And you shooting 28% so far last 4 games. Westbrook, 4 from 14 from three. That's 3.5 games. Three and a half threes he shot in a game to shoot in the game, which is too many for Westbrook. He got 34 assists total, but 17 turnovers total. So every 2 assists he gets is a turnover. Patrick Beverly, 19 assists since he's been a Bull, 4 turnovers. So Patrick Beverly is taking care of the ball more than Westbrook, basically. And now I know Westbrook got the ball in his hands more, probably most likely. But like I said, 34 assists, 17 turnovers, 19 assists, 4 turnovers. So Westbrook is not to take care of the ball himself. But at the same of that, I think they are contenders, Tomo. At the end of the day, it's a new roster. I mean, at the end of the day, Ty Lue is still. You can tell Ty Lue. You watch these games, he put in different lines, different lineups, and like middle of the game, different lines you'll see from game to game. At the end of the game, like he's playing he's playing with the roster right now and see how like what works, what doesn't work. As long as they stay afloat within that a 1 through 6 seed, they should be okay. Right now they are the 7th seed. I understand that, but they also play a tough schedule. They play all teams that's in playoff contention, which most of us will be playing going forward. They played us, the Sacramento Kings. They played the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are in the play-in contention. They played the Warriors, who were the 5th seed yesterday, and they played Denver, who are number 1 seed. So they played us in double overtime, Denver in overtime. The Warriors was a close game, and Jordan Poole just went crazy. And Minnesota was a close game. So I think that just wrinkles. That's just new team still trying to figure it out. So I think they are contenders. I will say they are.
You're very nice. As a Kings fan, you are very nice. You're giving them a lot right now. But the Minnesota is 1 game back, so that's going to be a very important game for them. And then look what you just said about Russ shooting threes. Like, Russ don't shoot the threes. Stop shooting threes and let Eric Gordon do the threes. And then you maneuver it like that. So I'll take that. I like that point you put there. They're still trying to figure out the chemistry of everything. But at this point in the season, in the West, like, you can do that out East. That's probably why Patrick Beverly is like not turning the ball over. But you can't do that in the West right now. Like, you got the Suns right there. They literally like 2 games away from like being on the same page. You got the Mavericks who just proved it. And I know we're gonna talk about them in a minute, but you got the Mavericks who are like gelling. Now's not the time to be losing 11 and 12-point leads. Like, I know it's the NBA, everybody can shoot, but now is not the time for that.
I like that. He said, "Hey, you can mess around in the East, and don't mess around in the West."
Not right now.
Wild West. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.